The return of our gold binoculars can only signify one thing, and that is part 2 of the Revolver HEARTSHOT challenge. Today, we'll be taking on every exotic deer species in the Hunter Call of the Wild, and when I say exotic, I do mean exotic to North America since that's where I'm from. By my count, there are 9 such species, and those are listed here. The rules will be the exact same as the last video. Each animal must score gold or higher, must be shot with revolver iron sights, and each successive shot has to be further than the last. This was a ton of fun last time, so let's jump right into this. Now, if you recall from last time, one other rule we put in place is that once we set foot on a map, we can't leave that map until we've gotten all the species on the list for it. That guy should be a gold roe deer, and we're starting off on Cuatro because I anticipated roe deer being the most annoying, and based on all the other bucks that are in this area that are just not going to be golds, I think I may have been onto something there. So this guy, I think at 66 is basically a guarantee, and we're going to make the absolute minimum shot distance 30 meters. We're not going to go under that. So we want to get as close to that as possible since we got to go further shots every time. I think that might be a problem though, considering he's not in a zone and he kind of already knows we're here. So we're into about 37. I really want to be right on the edge of 30 because when we get to the 9th species, it's going to start to be pretty far if we start this thing at like 40. So let's try to scoot in a little bit. He's kind of facing us now. I kind of think we better go for that. God, I hope that's a heart shot. We've been here for 47 minutes. If it's not a heart shot, I don't know when the next opportunity comes along. Thank goodness we've had some experience with this. It's usually a little lower than I think we need to aim. So, first shot, through the heart, literally the bottom of the heart, 67 score too. So he was a guarantee. 64.37 is the requirement. So we're off to a good start. And anytime that the 45 is ethical today, we will be using that. Almost every shot is going to be with the 45 revolver. There's a couple that are going to need the 44. But here on Cuatro Colinas, as I just said, we do need to get all the deer species from this map. Red deer are the only other one. And I wanted to do this in multiplayer because then we can't just make it drink time for whatever species that probably defeats the purpose. I couldn't stay connected to a server. I thought the most fair thing to do would be make it early morning and just leave the time as is. It is red deer drink time though since we've done that, and we're going to try to make the most of it. And I mean, the difference is insane. The first red deer we find is a level 7. That will do for this challenge. And the shot was 35.7 meters, so probably we got to be in the area of 37. And hopefully, because he's facing the other way, we'll probably have to alert him. And that's where things can get a little bit dicey and force longer shots, so hopefully he cooperates. So we're into about 60. And as far as I know, the direction an animal's facing really does matter. Like, he won't notice us as well from back here, so we probably want to stand up and start running now. Thinking probably 0 for 50. And hopefully we can get him to go alert right around that 37 range. We can use the spot. Oh, he's a little quicker than I thought. Up to alarmed. Oh, I think we got it. He was about to flee. This is what I'm talking about, though. It can get so problematic. How far was that shot? I have absolutely no idea, but he was going to take off. We had to go for it. It's a heart shot. I know it's beyond 37, but does it screw us over for later on in the challenge? 40 meters is okay. Heart and double lung with the 44. That took legitimately 5 minutes. You see why we started off with roe deer? Because it took like 45 to even find a gold. If you also throw in the additional factor of maybe the shot has to be 60, 70 meters by the end of the challenge, we might waste all that time and then be actually hunting a silver. That's why I wanted to get roe deer out of the way. Now Cuatro's done, and we'll jump over to Emerald Coast. And we're going to be here for a while. 5 of the remaining 7 exotics are here on Emerald Coast, so that means we can't leave here until we've gotten everything other than reindeer and Sika deer. Hog deer, much like roe deer, are my biggest concern, but a level 4 should be a guaranteed gold. I'm pretty sure he'll make it. Question is, can we get a shot with the 45 over, say, 42-ish meters? The wind is okay. The way the brush is and stuff, this could be a challenge. Hopefully we can sneak in, get him to stand up. Maybe he'll be a little more cooperative than the roe deer. Okay, I didn't realize he was down here. I was looking in the wrong spot. Of course, he is alarmed, so this is gonna have to be fast. Oh, I don't think we got that one. He started to flee, Man, we got a lung too. Dang it. I was looking at the wrong one. The female was up there. How did I mark? Boy, I was way off. I tried to mark where he was laying because he was behind all that brush. That kind of sucks. And I think the distance was perfect. Like, basically as minimal increase as possible. Gonna have to find another one, but at least it wasn't nearly as bad as the road deer. So let's see. Was it a matter of him moving or were we just off? Because I do think he started to move right about the time we shot. Don't know if it was before or after. Now, he was still standing still. We shot right over it. I said it earlier, and he was 85. He was well into gold. You usually got to aim a little bit lower than you think with these revolvers. 83 is the requirement, so good to know. We can at least pay attention to that on the estimates. 41.45 though, I mean, about as good as it could have been, except we didn't quite hit the shot. Now the thing about this map that I think could be both good and bad is just the opportunities we're gonna have to maybe run into the other species that we're not necessarily after. There's a decent hog deer somewhere out there ahead of us, but this guy happens to be in the way, so we're about at that distance, I think, where we want to alert him, and we're trying to get right around 42. It's a little late in standing up. We're like the perfect distance though. If he'll just stop and look at us, I'm going to back up a smidge. That wasn't a heart shot, or was it? No, I think it was. I think Sambar are way tougher than I expect them to be because they just got that buff with the most recent update. I'm trying to see if that hog deer comes out of here. Because I saw one run off that was like up to 90 something. I feel like that shot was perfect though, and if we can get that one off the list, that definitely helps. That was a heart shot, heart and stomach. Pretty much center punch the thing, all things considered. 45 meters, a little further than I'd like, but he was a gold, just barely at 126. So I'm screenshotting these as I go along so I can remember the distances. When we get up to 9, I think it could be a little confusing. But the fact that we're 3 in, and we've already used up 15 meters of real estate, I guess we could call it, could be a little bit problematic. At the rate we're going, we're going to be taking some pretty long shots by the end. I have no idea where that hog deer went, but it's a little afternoon. I don't want to let fallow deer drink time just go by without trying to cross that one off the list. So there's a decent level 4 there, and I kind of think it's going to be real close, but if we can just sneak up to the edge of the water, we should be right kind of in that sweet spot around 47 meters that we want to try to land this shot. It sure would be nice to be able to get one that we don't have to alert and kind of rush the shot. Like I said, already being at 45 is a little concerning, so the less we can push that number up, the better. So he's attentive. At 54, I'm going to try to go to a slow crawl. We only got to cover a little bit more ground. But obviously, the ideal situation is that he stays there drinking because we can really line this up. And because we're going to be so close to right on 50, zeroing 450 should work really, really well for us. Probably going to want to aim like right about where that dark patch in his chest is. I'm always afraid a little bit of the rangefinder lying to us, so I think we'll do like 47.5, something like that, just for safe measure. We're going to try to get this shot in there, so let's have him put his head down one more time. And once he lifts his head, hopefully we can just drop this into the heart. Man, it's a little tougher to see than I thought. Gonna try to let him do that one more time. Oh no! Ooh, that's not good. Did it get a vital? It didn't. Did we aim too low? I did not see that coming. I thought we'd be able to get that. It was a little bit tougher than I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, that's not even gonna kill him. So take 2, a little less perfectly broadside. Can I get into that same distance, about 47? I'm not sure if like the slight angle here is good or bad. He's attentive, so probably we better try to get this. I'm not so sure the water's not gonna eat our shot, so probably we gotta crouch up. And I don't know if that's gonna mess with things or not. As soon as he lifts his head, we gotta try to get this, because I don't want him to step forward like alert. That's a little more like it. I saw him go to like alert 2. Is it just as simple as like having a little bit of additional pressure? We can just clutch it? Like the simplest shot of all time. On the last one, we completely whiffed. Heart, long liver, I was thinking maybe, because like pronghorn have really tiny hearts. I was thinking maybe fallow deer did too, and that was part of it. It's a huge target to hit. I don't know what we did, but we got it that time. Still a little further than I wanted, 49 meters. We're already going over 50 for our 4th species then. Now that is essentially a guaranteed gold rusa. I think gold is something like 112, so he may even be a guarantee. But the problem is, he's not in his zone or anything, so we gotta kind of do what we did with the roe deer. Keep on sort of alerting him and slowly sneak into range. We gotta use the 45. We're actually retiring the 44. Sambar and red deer were the only 2 that we'd use it for today. We gotta get like to 52. We just can't, like some of the species left, hog deer and axis deer are pretty small. We can't have to shoot them at 70. We gotta get this relatively close. Where did he even go? He's right there. That's like perfect. I don't know if I can see well enough though. Okay, well that was that was unfortunate. Jumped to the side right when we shot. Speaking of axis deer though, I want to say that guy's got potential. He's actually only a huge 4-point. I don't know if that makes gold or not. I feel like it probably could though. Now this is gonna be tough because he's trotting at us. He's into 70 already, but he's slowed to a walk. I think probably about here we gotta get up. Start to move around, try to get him to sit still. And then can we see, ow, okay. That's really not good. Oh, I think we got it. I don't think the 45, no, I'm like sure the 45 doesn't drop axis here if you don't get a heart shot. We are, I think we've made some pigs mad. We might want to just go 44 here, because that way it's easier to just like keep the 45 only for the other stuff. That was kind of cool. It's actually not a bad hog defense gun. There's one more. That wasn't even close. That should bring that down. And with those out of the way, hopefully we're in the clear to go and grab our axis deer. I don't know what the distance was. I think we were pushing it a little bit. Let's see, did we get the heart shot? And is he a gold? He is a gold, 164, and it was through the heart, double lung and heart at 53. I'll take that. Would have liked 51, 52, but only an increase of a couple of meters. When it's a small animal and he was running at us, we will absolutely take it. So we gotta go basically north of 55 now. Still need rusa deer, as that one very rudely jumped to the side of us, and hog deer. And I feel like, because hog deer drink time's coming up, we might as well try to go and find that rusa again. Something just warning called. That's a female rusa, maybe it's up there. So like with the fallow deer earlier, I really don't want to miss out on hog deer drink time. And we know from earlier, this one is a guaranteed gold. 83 and change was the requirement. This guy's 87 minimum. And we gotta be in the area of 55 meters. This is the last like truly small deer species. So if we can get this, I'm gonna feel pretty good about where we are. Problem is there's no cover. And we have a decent distance to go yet. Now the only question is, do we want to kind of take this quartering angle? I don't hate it, because it might actually help us line it up. It's just a matter of, you know, how far back does the heart sit on a hog deer? I feel like right, like in the front crease should work. I'm so nervous to take this shot, because there have not been a lot of gold potential ones, but I do like the idea of him sitting still. When he lifts his head, that looks right. I'm going to give him one more chance, just so we can line this up and take our time. And I think this time we're going to try to go for it. As soon as he picks his head up, aim a little lowish. Yes, that's got to be a hard shot. It has to be 56 plus. So we should be in the clear. That was the one that I thought could be the biggest issue. Rusa, obviously, if they don't ninja dodge our shots, I think that's going to be okay. And then other than that, it's Sika deer and reindeer. Now, Sika could be a problem over on Te Awaroa, but before we get ahead of ourselves, that was a heart shot. Oh my goodness, heart and double lung, and we shot through the very bottom of the heart. 57.6, I'll take it. That was way, way too close to being a complete whiff. How do we get lungs, though? Like, is it lying to us where we actually hit? It might be a little bit. Either way, hog deer are crossed off the list, a 96 scoring gold even. So we just now need rusa deer at 58 plus meters here on Emerald Coast. So take 2. with rusa deer. Hopefully this one's not gonna just warp right when we shoot. We're at about 70, so I think we gotta start to move around a little bit. We're gonna alert a little quicker than I wanted. That is right on 60, though. He's already alarmed. Man, I felt like that was it. We probably just shot too fast. I wasn't sure if he was gonna spook. Did we get a vital? Yeah, he's going down. Dang, I wonder how close that was. Definitely rushed it, that's for sure. Still got the gold? Way too high. Maybe a touch left. I think had we been on, we'd have clipped the heart. My thought was, because now we're getting out beyond 60, maybe we don't need to aim as low? Because bullet drop with handguns, it happens really fast when you start shooting beyond your zero range. Clearly needed to aim way lower. Maybe if we can find one that's not so rushed. At least he didn't matrix dodge that shot. This is just taking way longer than I had any conception that it would. We're all the way into rusa deer drink time now, and I'm not 100% sure that guy could make gold, but I think he's got a decent chance. So maybe if we're a little slower and don't have to rush the shot as much, right about the 60, and he is alert, I don't think he can go anywhere. So like, I'm pretty sure we're safe to just stand here. Oh, I think we got it. It takes longer to go down. We're shooting at an outline. But now the question, because with everything else, it's pretty much been like, got the heart shot, we're good. Now we gotta see if he makes gold. The distance was perfect. I can't imagine what we could have hit, other than the heart. But I really hope he's 112 plus. I think he was like 101 or something to 125. Got decent tines. Cross my fingers on this one, because if it doesn't make it, oh no. It was a perfect shot, 62.6 meters. He's only 101. Well, the good news is, it is their drink time, and we know where we need to aim. That wasn't even close, though. All the other ones know we're here. He's finally kind of onto us. Now, the question is, will he face us kind of like before? I mean, sort of? Come on. I can't believe we got the one that's going to be too small. Do we even hit a lung that time? I don't think so. He's kind of not noticing us. Now he does. The question is, how well can we shoot at an outline in the dark? He's alarmed. His head's completely in the way. He's about to spook. So we're literally right back where we shot the silver. And I guess maybe it was like the early part of their zone, because now there's a 4 here. And if only he had been the one that we shot to begin with, because he's a guarantee. The question is, can we do this again? It is so hard to see. I think we got... What are the odds? Just having the worst time with rusa deer, and the 2 hard shots we make are in the exact same location. That is bizarre. So, I can't wait to get off this map. Like, that is finally the last one, and I don't see anything that holds us back now. Guaranteed gold. Should have been 60, 61 meters. And we can finally move on to the final 2 exotics. I don't know how long we've been on Emerald Coast. You can maybe hear the intensity in my voice when I'm going for these shots. And you might be thinking, like, if you miss, just find another one. But that's why we designed this where, like, in theory we're supposed to be in multiplayer, but connection issues, we can't change the time. And we have to get a gold plus. It takes a long time between them. And I just hope there was no, like, possible unforeseen circumstance to mess this up. We have a gold rusa shot through the heart at 58.68 meters. That's closer than I thought. Is that more than the last shot? I actually don't remember. I'm gonna have to look. All of 1.08 meters further than the hog deer. And we are good to go through the left side of the heart with the 45 and get me off of Emerald Coast. So Sika deer and reindeer are the only ones left. You can bet we're doing Sika deer first, because now we're really pushing 60 plus meters. They are much smaller than reindeer. I think we can handle reindeer from a further distance. So in the interest of not having to hunt at night again, I did make it early morning just like we did before. And in theory, it would be better to hunt reindeer first. They're actually drinking right now. If we can get this done fast enough, maybe we can catch reindeer in their drink zones. But it's going to be a matter of finding a gold Sika deer first. And then, of course, landing the shot 60 meters plus. So I've discovered a kind of interesting thing here. It kind of seems like Sika deer have, like, terrible senses. Like, I accidentally walked up on this one, and I'm pretty sure, like, that should definitely be a gold, but he's barely even paying any attention that we're here, and we're running around. Like, we finally got him alert. Can we maybe get that shot? I hope so. I mean, probably should have tried a little harder than that, I guess, but yeah, we definitely didn't get a heart shot. I don't know how we're going to handle that, though, because staying beyond a certain distance, it kind of requires that when they stop, you go for the shot. Otherwise, they eventually just spook. At least if we're moving around. Oh, we were pretty close, just to the right, at 65 meters. I mean, good to know. The heart sits kind of high, I think. Maybe compared to some other species, so that's worth keeping in mind. Like, directly in line with the neck? I don't know, like, might be really hard to line that up. It feels like it could be doable, though. 150 was gold there, so definitely, like, a level 4 should be good enough. Like, look at this. He was standing behind this tree. I didn't see him. And we ran up on him and he didn't even spook? Like, he's not even looking at us. I actually don't know how we're going to get the Sika deer. At least he's turning our way now. I swear, if he goes alarmed and spooks, now that he's finally facing us, because we still gotta back way up. There's been another one here the entire time as well. Like, just sitting there. Can you please face this way? Alright. We're gonna try this, I guess. It's just, it's such a blind shot. It's kind of far. He's going down quick, like we got lungs again. I'm just not sure how well we can line that up. Probably a gold again. He is 137. And that's how we were just to the left of the heart, like we're there. We just gotta get it center punched a little bit better. But we are getting the height correct, which is good. And gold is actually 136, so about this size, or better, is what we have to find. And I don't know, sure would be nice to find one in the open the way they're acting. So despite the fact that apparently Sika deer are the most oblivious creatures in all of the Hunter Call of the Wild, they can still spook. And we've been on this one for quite some time, so got him alert. And it's just like it happened so fast. Maybe that kind of quartering angle is going to help us? Can barely, like, we can't see anything. We got to get crouched so he doesn't spook. Got him spotted. I mean, the distance is still good. He's just not quite cooperating, and we just already know he's going to go back nervous. So we got him alert again. I don't know if we can shoot through that stuff, but maybe we'll try. Oh, I think, could be neck. I think we got it. I hope we got it. There's a chance it's neck. I think we did that on, boy, I don't even know what species for the North American deer species, but I hope that's heart. This is just, it's so annoying. With Sika deer specifically, fingers crossed. Heart shot at 63.56 meters. Thank goodness that he made gold. 138. God, it's just like, we tracked him for a kilometer. They're just weird. Like, it's so hard to get a perfect heart shot lined up when they don't go alert. And when they finally do, you got to get the shot quick before they turn back around because they're going to head off again as if you're not there. Now, of course, we've got basically two hurdles with reindeer. One is we're looking at a 65 plus meter shot with the 44. Now, I think earlier I said we were retiring the 44. I forgot about reindeer entirely, so we still need to use it. But the other side is a lot of bulls just don't make gold. So hopefully we can just one and done this. But much like in several situations today, this guy's nervous because of course we spooked him. He was in a terrible spot and we need to kind of keep him somewhat aware of our presence so that we can get in and get as close a shot as possible. This could work really well though. Like, I don't love that we're a little further than we need to be, but if he kind of just moves, it allows us to get that shot. Being up there like that probably does make it just a tad easier to actually get the heart shot. So gonna get to whatever we can as he's kind of spinning around. If he stops and looks at us again, I think we probably go for this. I think we just one and done it. As much of a giant pain as rusa deer were, as, my goodness, the Sika deer were, hog deer were a little bit frustrating to find one, because a lot of them weren't gold, kind of like reindeer. I'm pretty sure I can't see how this guy isn't gold, I think we just completed the challenge as long as we can get up here and claim them. Might have set our record too for shot distance, so before we get too ahead of ourselves, that is a gold, that is a heart shot, just barely, at 72.52 meters, 329. Goal's 311, so we had some room to spare there. It is such a fun thing to do. Like, I really do recommend giving this challenge a try. You could, you know, eliminate the gold requirement, you could eliminate the time, like, restrictions that we have so that we can't just go into every drink zone. I think it does make it a little tougher, and I think it does make every shot count. Like, you really do need to line that shot up, because it might be a half hour till you find your next opportunity. But my goodness, the Sika deer were driving me nuts. But I think on that note, that is going to do it for this one. We'll have to come back with another heart shot challenge. I'm very much looking forward to eventually doing like all class 9 animals. I think that might be a group we can put together that's about this size. Should be a lot of fun, but as for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.